What was once one of West Asia's closest partnerships is now openly cracking, and Yemen is where it's exploding. Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, longtime allies in the Yemen war, are now on a collision course. The trigger was a Saudi airstrikes on the Yemeni port city of Mukalla. Riyadh accused the UAE of secretly shipping weapons and armoured vehicles to the Southern Transitional Council, or STC, a powerful separatist group fighting for an independent South Yemen and backed by Abu Dhabi. Saudi Arabia called it a direct threat to its national security. Hours later, Yemen's Saudi-backed government demanded that all Emirati forces leave the country within 24 hours. This was no longer quite disengagement, this was a red line. The UAE initially denied the accusations, but days later it announced it would withdraw its remaining counterterrorism forces from Yemen, saying the move was voluntary and based on recent developments. The uneasy balance that held for years had finally snapped. So why did this blow up now? The answer lies with the STC. Formed in 2017, the group wants to restore an independent South Yemen, which existed before unification in 1990. With heavy UAE backing, the STC has grown into a dominant force, controlling Aden and large swathes of southern Yemen. In recent months, the STC pushed aggressively eastward. It entered Hadramaut, Yemen's largest province, seized key oil installations, and expanded into Mara, capturing border crossings and strategic coastline. According to reports, STC-aligned forces now claim influence across 8 governorates. These gains came at the expense of forces loyal to Yemen's internationally recognized government, the very government Saudi Arabia backs. For Riyadh, this is dangerous. Saudi Arabia wants a unified Yemen under a central authority, one that can block Iranian influence and stabilize its southern border. A powerful southern separatist movement threatens that vision and fractures the anti-Houthi front. Abu Dhabi sees things differently. The UAE views the STC as a reliable partner against Islamist factions and as a way to secure critical maritime routes linking the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden, and the Arabian Sea. Those competing priorities finally collided in Mukalla. Saudi Arabia accused vessels linked to the UAE of arriving with tracking systems switched off and unloading military equipment without approval. Saudi jets then struck the port, calling the operation limited and defensive. The kingdom warned it would confront any threat to its security. The escalation fits into Yemen's broader civil war, which has splintered into overlapping conflicts since 2014. While the Houthis still control the north, the south is fragmented between rival power centers, militias, and regional backers. The timing also matters. The crisis coincides with rising tensions in the Red Sea, Houthi attacks on shipping, and shifting regional alignments. Analysts warn Yemen is drifting towards de facto partition, a scenario that could redraw power balances across the Gulf. For Saudi Arabia and the UAE, this confrontation is about far more than one port or one shipment. It's about who shapes Yemen's future and whose security vision ultimately prevails. And for Yemenis already battered by years of war, it is yet another reminder that peace remains painfully out of reach. With Jyoti Shukla, Bureau Report, India Today Global.